Hello, my name is Ray Bicchetti, and in this short statement, I want to speak for the Committee for Better Infrastructure on behalf of a yes vote for Measure B on Election Day, November 4th. Palo Alto's infrastructure will be the main beneficiary of the Measure B transient occupancy tax increase. Proceeds will go towards the repair or replacement of worn, depleted, and obsolete assets such as buildings, roads and sidewalks, bridges, and parks. Your yes vote on B will ensure that Palo Alto can invest in the city infrastructure we need without increasing taxes paid by local residents and businesses. With excellent public schools, a vibrant downtown, unique neighborhoods, and beautiful natural surroundings, our community is thriving in many ways. However, infrastructure has a finite life. The city has begun to invest in overdue repairs and upgrades, but gaps remain that this tax will help fill. For example, our fire stations at Mitchell Park and Rinconada are more than 50 years old and were found by the Infrastructure Blue Ribbon Commission to be inefficient operationally and at risk seismically. The building that houses our police department, Office of Emergency Services, and 911 Emergency Communications Network is also operationally inefficient and does not meet seismic safety standards. These facilities need to be functional after a major earthquake or similarly catastrophic event. Even in normal times, we should not allow these deteriorated conditions to impair the capacity of our first responders to shave vital minutes off their response times. Some neighborhoods are experiencing overflow parking impacts. City streets and sidewalks are aging and need repair or replacement, as well as safety improvements for rapidly increasing numbers of pedestrians and bicyclists of all ages, including especially children walking and biking to school. Measure B will enact a modest 2% increase in the tax paid by out-of-town visitors staying in Palo Alto hotels and motels, who of course rely on our roads, our public safety resources, and other infrastructure while they are with us. Specifically, funds from Measure B will ensure that Palo Alto's fire stations and public safety operations are rehabilitated or replaced so that they are up to modern operating standards and are seismically safe and able to continue functioning after a major earthquake. Provide safe sidewalks, paths, and bridges for bikes and pedestrians, including safe routes to school. Maintain city streets and roads, making roads smoother and dangerous intersections safer for all users. Reduce neighborhood parking impacts by creating new off-street parking options. And refresh and maintain city parks and recreational facilities. Our infrastructure needs were carefully studied in 2010-11 by the council-appointed Infrastructure Blue Ribbon Commission. As co-chair of that commission, with former Mayor Lee Levy, we and our 15 fellow commissioners saw firsthand where and why our infrastructure was in disrepair. After much study and evaluation, the commission developed recommendations to bring infrastructure up to a proper Palo Alto standard. The transient occupancy tax is a fair and sound way to keep moving forward on this vital task of catching up, keeping up, and improving our infrastructure. And by law, all funds from Measure B must stay here in Palo Alto under local control and cannot be taken away by the state. Please join a unanimous City Council as well as community and business leaders and vote yes on Measure B. Thank you.
Measure B is the proposal to raise the existing hotel tax in Palo Alto to a level higher than that in neighboring communities, with the proceeds going into the city's general fund. Now, the first point to emphasize is that it's an increase in our existing transient occupancy tax. We already have the tax. The question is whether to raise the tax to a level higher than that in the corresponding communities, the other nearby cities. The people who favor raising the tax are saying that there's just no downside at all to putting Palo Alto businesses at a competitive disadvantage. No one, they are arguing, no one will decide not to stay in Palo Alto simply because of a 1 or 2 percentage point difference in hotel tax rates. The idea is that Palo Alto is so suffused with wonderfulness that the extra couple of pennies of cost won't affect consumer behavior. But the fact is that the employers who pay the bills for their people traveling to Silicon Valley on business all have corporate travel departments that really will notice a 2% difference and may well decide to send their people to hotels in neighboring cities that will be less expensive. And the risk of losing that business means much more to the smaller mom and pop properties along El Camino than to the largest and most expensive luxury hotels. Further, if we lose the hotel business from those people, we'll lose the associated retail and restaurant business and the revenue associated with that business. So that's the first point. The second point is that no one is arguing that hotels and hotel customers are absorbing more in city resources and services than they're paying for under the existing transient occupancy tax. There's no proposal to invest the proceeds in anything relating to travel or tourism. The money from any increase in the tax will simply go into the city's general fund, period. Now, there's been some talk about the money from the increase going to infrastructure, for bicycle paths, maybe for a new police station. But the money has not been and cannot be earmarked for those specific purposes. The decision about where and how to use the money will be made in the future. Please think carefully about these issues. Please join us in voting no on Measure B.